Can AIA Coin actually hit $50? That's the question blowing up social media, packed with rocket emojis and screenshots of wild price charts. Everyone's whispering about a life-changing pump, but here's the shocking part. Most of the people hyping this coin don't even know which AIA coin they're talking about. That's right. In the crypto market today, there are two completely different projects using the same ticker. Investing in the wrong one isn't just a mistake, it's the difference between a potential moonshot and a guaranteed loss. In this video, we're going to cut through the confusion, put the token under the microscope, and give you a no-nonsense answer to that $50 question. We'll look at the good, the bad, and the ugly to figure out if this is a massive opportunity or just a well-disguised trap. So stick around, because what you're about to learn is something the rest of the market seems to be missing entirely. Alright, let's get right into it, because this is the mistake that could cost you a fortune. When you hear AIA Coin, you're hearing about one of two totally separate projects. You've got AIA Chain on one side and D-Agent AI on the other. They share a ticker, but that's it. First up is AIA Chain. This one bills itself as a public blockchain for financial payments, compatible with Ethereum's EVM. The goal is to be another platform for dApps, GameFi, and Web3 social stuff, promising low costs and high speed. It's playing in the very crowded sandbox of blockchains, trying to be the next big thing. Now, let's look at its price. As of today, AIA Chain is trading for about 0.0018 fractions of a penny. It has a mind-boggling maximum supply of 100 billion tokens. For this coin to hit $50, its market cap would be in the quadrillions, a number so absurd it's not even worth calculating. So, if you're holding AIA Chain hoping for a $50 payday, I'm sorry to say, you are in the wrong place. Now, let's pivot to the project that's actually causing all this commotion, D-Agent AI. This is the coin with the explosive chart that has everyone's attention. Unlike AIA Chain, this isn't another blockchain. It's a decentralized AI infrastructure project. The mission is to build a world where AI agents can run wild on the blockchain, doing things like trading, on-chain analysis, and processing data all by themselves. It's a project plugged directly into the AI narrative that's dominating this market cycle, and its price reflects that. While it's cooled off from its highs, it's trading around 10 to 11 cents, a universe away from AIA Chain. Its max supply is a much more reasonable 1 billion tokens. So let's be perfectly clear. The coin everyone is speculating about, the one with the $50 dream, is D-Agent AI. Now that we've sorted that out, let's see if D-Agent AI is actually worth the hype. Now that we know we're talking about D-Agent AI, let's figure out if it has a real shot at that ambitious $50 target. The best way to do that is to look at both sides of the coin, the dream it's selling and the risks it's hiding. First, what's the bull case? Why are people so excited? In 2 words, artificial intelligence. D-Agent AI wants to build the foundation for AI and Web3. They're trying to solve huge problems, like how to give an AI agent a persistent identity and memory on the blockchain, so it can learn from its actions. They're building tools like AlphaX, an AI platform that predicts crypto price trends, which they claim already has a huge user base. They're also planning things like Core AI, a no-code tool for building trading strategies. The story is incredibly compelling. Imagine autonomous AI agents managing DAO treasuries or executing complex DeFi trades better than humans can. D-Agent AI wants to be the engine that runs it all. This vision has even attracted some serious VC money from firms like Vertex Ventures and Web3.com Ventures, which adds a layer of credibility. For bulls, the bet is simple. As AI and crypto merge, the demand for D-Agent AI's platform will explode, sending the token's price with it. Now for the bear case, and this is where things get scary. The single biggest red flag is the tokenomics, specifically the huge gap between the circulating supply and the total supply. D-Agent AI has a max supply of 1 billion tokens, but only about 147 million are actually circulating right now. That means less than 15% of all tokens are on the open market. Why is that a problem? Because a whopping 39% of the supply, belonging to the team and early investors, is locked up and scheduled to start unlocking in mid-2026. This is a classic crypto landmine known as a token unlock cliff. When those tokens are released, they can be dumped on the market, creating insane sell pressure that can tank the price. If the project doesn't have enough real growth and buying demand to soak up all that new supply, retail investors could get crushed. We've seen this story 100 times. A project launches with a tiny float, hype pumps the price to the moon, early insiders get rich on paper, and then they cash out on the heads of everyone else when their tokens unlock. The chart, with its insane pumps, followed by 80–90% dumps, already has people screaming that it's a classic pump and dump setup. Alright, before we get to the final verdict and crunch the numbers on that $50 price target, if you're finding this honest, no-hype breakdown useful, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. My entire goal here is to give you the real information you need to move through this crazy market safely. Fundamentals aside, let's see what the chart is telling us, because price action speaks louder than words. For D-Agent AI, the chart is a story of pure volatility. On the short-term timeframes, the moving averages are flashing bearish signals, which suggests the momentum is currently negative. The token is in a clear downtrend after its speculative mania, falling hard from its all-time high. However, it looks like the price is trying to carve out a bottom, consolidating in a range between roughly 10 and 14 cents recently. This is a make-or-break moment. The bulls need to see the price hold this zone as support. If it can build a solid base here, it could mean the worst of the selling is over. A new wave of positive news, like a product launch, or a major exchange listing, could trigger the next leg up. There was even talk that Binance was planning to list a futures contract for AIA, which would have been huge for liquidity, but the launch was postponed, leaving the market hanging. For the bears, the outlook is grim. If the price breaks below this current support level, it would confirm the downtrend is still in control. The next stop would likely be the all-time lows. A break of support would basically validate the pump and dump theory, and could cause a panic-selling cascade as the last bulls head for the exit. The RSI, a momentum indicator, is just sitting in neutral territory, meaning the market is coiled up and waiting for a catalyst to decide which way to go. So, the moment of truth. Could D-Agent AI actually hit $50? Let's break out the calculator and inject a serious dose of reality into this conversation. Remember, price alone is a vanity metric. The real number is market capitalization, price multiplied by the circulating supply. Right now, D-Agent AI has about 147 million tokens in circulation. If one AIA token hit $50, the market cap would be 147,000 tokens, $50 as in $7.35 billion. A $7.35 billion market cap would instantly launch D-Agent AI into the top 20 or top 25 of all cryptocurrencies, putting it side by side with established giants like Chainlink or Polygon. But wait, it gets crazier. That calculation only uses today's circulating supply. We have to account for all the tokens that will be unlocked later. Let's recalculate using the fully diluted valuation, FDV, which uses the maximum supply of 1 billion tokens. 1,000 tokens, $50, or $50 billion. A $50 billion market cap would make D-Agent AI a top 10 crypto, bigger than Solana or XRP are today. To get there would require a historic wave of new money and global adoption. It would need to become one of the most successful and widely used projects in the history of crypto. While the AI narrative is hot, reaching that kind of valuation is an extraordinary challenge. So, is $50 possible? Looking at the numbers, the path to $50 isn't just unlikely, it's almost statistically impossible in any realistic time frame. Some optimistic price predictions for 2026 suggest a high of around $1, which is a fantastic return from here, but it's not $50. Here are the more realistic scenarios. If the AI narrative continues to rage, the market enters a full-blown bull run, and D-Agent AI delivers on its promises, the token could absolutely fly. A run to the $1 to $5 range, while incredibly optimistic, is within the realm of speculative possibility if every single star aligns. If development stalls, the hype dies down, or when those massive token unlocks begin in mid-2026, the sell pressure could be catastrophic. In that case, the price could easily crash through its current support and head back to its all-time lows, wiping out over 90% of its value from today's price. So where does that leave us? First, the most important lesson. The AIA coin that has everyone's attention is D-Agent AI, not the worthless AIA chain. Don't make that mistake. Second, while D-Agent AI has a powerful and exciting story, it comes with a terrifying risk profile, thanks to those upcoming token unlocks. That $50 dream, when you stare at the hard numbers, looks like exactly that. A dream. It would require a market cap that rivals the biggest and most established titans of crypto. The far more important question isn't if AIA can hit $50, but if it can even survive its own tokenomics and prove it has a real use case beyond just hype. Look, this isn't financial advice, and you have to do your own homework. But hopefully, this analysis has armed you with the clarity to see past the smoke and mirrors. What do you think? Is there a realistic path to success for D-Agent AI, or are the red flags just too big to ignore? Drop your price prediction in the comments below, and as always, trade smart.